young black leaders in America visited the White House, and the group was received with honor and respect. It was great to see the group's excitement for President Trump and the direction of his policies for America, and how it is his encouraging policies that are bringing them into a future of prosperity. Take a look and be encouraged. Check it out. Be sure to subscribe and press alert to get new notifications of new success secrets made available on VFN TV. You know, when God tells you something prophetically, you know, you're talking about it when it's not popular, when it's not even in people's knowledge to be taking place. And quite often it's unpopular to mention it because everybody's thinking that will never happen. But they found out when Jesus was prophesied about, it was going to happen, right?
Period.
And so, but when you were talking about Jesus before he came, it was difficult. Well, God speaks prophetically about things to come, and he spoke specifically about what this presidency would be like and how, you know, it would.
Talking about the Trump presidency.
The current president, President Donald Trump of America, President of the United States. And God told me specifically, show me ahead of time, which we talked about in the program, that whoever would be the president before he won the presidency, that they would be a friend of the church. You know, they would be, they walk quickly, they do things together, and that's definitely fulfilled. The moment that he would lay his hands on the Bible, that the Speaker of the House said that he had a plan on getting business. That's exactly what happened with President Trump. But also God showed me the whole White House was filled, just totally filled with people, American people, every day, us. Citizens of, because quite often it's just the elites. Yeah, the elites, you know.
The connected.
Yes, and they say they're
well-funded
speaking for us, right? And so, but also, you know, he showed me that the whole White House would be filled with all, it's called the people's house. People said, how can you have church in a house? Well, God, you know, America runs the entire country from a house, the White House. And so, but the White House I saw, God showed me, was just filled with all of us. And we're very diverse. When somebody says that you have confidence and surety in your nation, America's not like any other nation. We have a whole bunch of different ethnos groups, you know, because the word nation comes from the word ethnos. So when people hear nation, some people attach that to race, but in America it's unique because we're a whole bunch of different races. So when you actually say, you know, I want the original intent for America. We like the Constitution. We need to protect our borders. That's not protecting it from different races because we're all kinds of races.
That's right.
As a matter of fact, just this week in the White House, the young black leaders in America, that's the name of the organization, came to the White House to celebrate what's taking place, this entrepreneurial environment, and it's just so exciting. And each of these leaders, you know, have their own streams of influence. They're influencers. And they were so excited and thankful for how President Trump is leading our nation. As a matter of fact, take a look at this. This is the summit taking place in the White House. And this is just part of their encounter in the White House, not all of it. I mean, in D.C.
Yes.
But this is when they made it to the White House and they're talking and they were welcomed with great, you know, honor. And it was just
respect. It was awesome.
I'll tell you, to be honest with me, if you're watching right now and you're part of the young black leaders, when I first saw your acceptance of the president when he came out, because they didn't show that first part where you just you know, were very accepting. I was in tears because I was like, because he means so much for African Americans in regards to entrepreneurship and changing the changing education, changing the mindsets that oppress so many people for so long. Because everybody should be treated equally.
And not being taken for granted. You know?
Yes.
Not being taken for, that's so important. They were recognized.
Right.
And you can see the dear appreciation, you know.
Yes.
Free thinkers, if you will. Right,
and it's just so cool. As a matter of fact, so this is the young black leaders in the White House being welcomed by the president. Take a look.
And it is my great honor to be with so many brilliant, and that's what you are, brilliant, courageous, patriotic, and proud Americans. Who in this room wants to be president someday? So it's an ambitious group. When I ran for president, I asked black Americans to give me a chance with your vote by saying, what the hell do you have to lose? Remember? The African American unemployment rate has hit the lowest level ever recorded in the history of our country. History is fashioned by those like you who step up to the plate and get into the game and get the grand slam home run. USA! USA!
I'm so excited. It means that the African American is not going to miss the blessing coming to the nation. As a matter of fact, one of the prophetic words are that a revival would come to America and it would come through the African American Christians in America. And it's exciting. But listen, early on, way before President Trump was president, God spoke to Brianna Bolender in a prophetic dream, and she shared that with us. And so you're hearing this. I want you to see this. This is before he got into presidency and what God said that he would be, and you're seeing it firsthand. So let's go listen to the VFN Dream Center, hearing Brianna Bolender share about this prophetic dream about he would be the best president for African Americans. Check it out.
So I had a dream last night that I was in like a Sam's Club, like a huge warehouse type grocery store. And I was with President Trump and one of his advisors, and I was kind of leading him through. And there was this young African-American man there with us, and the whole time as we're walking through the store, he's just talking to President Trump, and just talking and talking and talking. And so as we're going through the aisles, each aisle was an issue, like taxes and poverty. And as we walked through those aisles, it was so crowded, it was difficult to get through them. And then some aisles we passed through, they were just completely blocked off. We couldn't even go there. And we came up to this one aisle, and all the while this young African-American man is just talking and talking, and he's so excited. And we came to this one aisle, and at the end of it was a poster that they had done this nationwide poll of something to the effect of what administration did you feel like you were the most like represented or edified. And
speaking to the African American population.
Right. And so overwhelmingly there was circled Obama. And you could tell that this poll had been done before because Clinton's name was there, and those who had selected Clinton before scratched that out and circled Obama. And the young man that was with us, who was talking this whole time, said, you see, they felt that they were edified or represented by this administration, but the truth is they lost their identity in that administration. And then the dream ended.
Now, she don't know the history that Bill Clinton, President Clinton, was considered, before President Barack Obama, was the first black president, first African-American president, which means they felt he represented that part of the population. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, Obama comes as an African-American president, and there's so many things that he represents that are good in the context of that aspect of it. Yeah. And then, but the truth is, God's heard the cry, because really, I believe that people took advantage of pain and victimized people again, use the issues to victimize the people. And now you have somebody who God is saying he's going to, this is the cry of your heart. Mm-hmm. But it's going to take a while to digest that. And so God is going to answer the injustice that's been happening in America. And I think that's just so exciting. And she had no idea about the history. So thank God for that. It's so powerful. You know, God speaks prophetically before things happen, letting us know what's going to be taking place. And the confirmation of that is many things, but one is seeing reportedly, this is what some people were reporting who were there in the White House. They were saying that there's never been that many African-American citizens in the White House at one time. Who would have ever even thought that? It's time for that to be happening. And that, you think it would have happened in the previous administration, but it definitely happened. It's happening now. All the citizens are coming in. As a matter of fact, I want to be sure, make sure you go to vfnkb.com/vote and find out what you need to find out to be able to vote. Vote, vote, vote The best thing that you can do is get out to the polls, determine who you're going to vote for, and vote. And understand God's taking this country in a great direction, but you have to participate in the process. This is a tipping point for the nation. And some people want to go backwards, and some people want to go forward, and some people want to go on with God. That's what we want to do, is go on with God's direction.
Be sure to subscribe and press alert to get new notifications of new success secrets made available on VFN TV.
You know, a lot of people want to abide with the Lord, but they just don't have a plan to do it. You can request that plan today at iabide.org.
I'm your host, Greg Lancaster, and we're so glad that you've joined us. Don't forget you can join us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Download our app and sign up for our newsletter, The Torch,
At VFNKB.com.
I've enjoyed our time together. God bless.